Hey everyone, we're looking at gold at GLD, and we are seeing prices have a tough time kind of rallying higher. This has been the issue here that we've been having, and my concern has been, and I guess I was somewhat right in that regard. I wasn't really for some time. I thought I missed the boat here because I thought we were starting to see a potential wave too, and I guess this failure here kind of shows that. But again, this still may not be the case because what I want to kind of show you here is this, and I know that may be a little confusing. It was even confusing for me as I was saying it here. Just bear with me. We're looking at a first initial impulse, right? And then we have our 5 wave. Okay, then we see this corrective wave, and it's like an ABC wave. Okay, and okay, just bear with me. We see this ABC wave. Okay, now we're seeing this first initial impulse, and this could be a 1 wave. And now seeing the pullback of that 2 wave. So if we're seeing it on the short term, this could be the 2 wave where we see the big 3 move. So even though we saw this bearishness and it's a pretty big move, I would watch for any further break past this 113 level. Any break of that, then that negates that whole possibility, and you'll see a deeper test into this prior low, and then you see a failure. But keep in mind, what you could be just seeing is some deep corrective move on a potential impulse move higher here. So in other words, if we're going here, we could be seeing this kind of a move. Okay, and then what we let me just fix that, and could see this just accelerate to the upside from here. Now, what you saw the warning flag was it was saying that this was deeper than the 1 wave, and that's why what you want to see is that if it breaks deeper on this, then it's going to takes out that C wave, and this is not a quick little retracement. Now, what's interesting is we also have to kind of break this down a little further. Now here, I wanted to break it into an hour, into the 6-hour movement here, just to give us a feel for what's going on. I'm going to break it even into 2-hour here so we can see some of the further, more detailed kind of action. But see how you have your 1 wave here? Look at how it kind of, here's your 1, 2, 3, very impulsive correction, 4, 5. And then you see this kind of almost looking, it almost looks impulsive, but it's really corrective in nature. So this kind of makes sense of what we're looking at. This is very important when you're looking at Elliott wave, because it can get very difficult to be always sure where you're at sometimes with it. I've heard people know it's not difficult. I always think that there's some it can get a little tricky here, but it does give you a lot of latitude and in understanding where things could go and what may be happening, and that's really imperative. Anyway, I would be watching for any potential big strength here, and it has to break this 116 level. So in the interim, yes, it's trying to rally back, but from a trading standpoint, you wouldn't want to get too aggressive here because you're seeing things run sideways, and you want to make sure that you're sure about this 2 wave here. This would be extremely aggressive, and if you were to do it, you try to get it close to this 113 level, and then use that say the 112 and 3/4 under that a little bit as a stop. So you could really go long with that anticipation as long as you had a pretty tight stop here on gold.